Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to all my Andy's Candies. आपका स्वागत है यहाँ पे मेरे शो में, जहाँ पे आज हम बात करेंगे बहुत 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 गंभीर बात के ऊपर. जी हाँ, गंभीर तो है, पर it doesn't mean it doesn't have to be fun. But we can make everything fun, right? I like to make everything fun. And today, पहले let's take it a bit serious, क्योंकि आज we're talking about peer pressure. यानी कि जो एक ग्रुप में आपको एक प्रेशर मिलता है कि आपको जिस तरीके से बिहेव करना है, जिस तरीके की चीज़ें को खरीदना है, आपको जो अल्कोहल को ट्राई करना, सिगरेट्स को ट्राई करना, ऐसी-ऐसी चीज़ें जो शायद हमें खुद नहीं ट्राई करनी है, पर क्योंकि हमने देखा है कि हमारे बड़े या हमारे ग्रुप वाले कर रहे हैं, तो आपको भी लगेगा कि शायद आपको भी वो करना होगा. Peer pressure is a very, very important thing to talk about, क्योंकि peer pressure मतलब उसमें आई थिंक अलग-अलग तरीकों का भी peer pressure होता है. एक तो जैसे मैंने बोला है कि बात करने में कोई आपको आके बुली करता है कि आपको आपके कपड़े अच्छे नहीं हैं, या फिर आपको ये चश्मे उतार देने चाहिए, आपने बाल अपने अच्छी तरह से नहीं किए. ये स्पोकन है, मतलब ये बात करके आपके ऊपर थोड़ी-सी ये बुलिंग के थ्रू पीयर प्रेशर शुरू होती है. फिर होता है अनस्पोकन, जो बिना बोले, जैसे कि आपको एक ग्लास पकड़ा देना और कुछ बोलना नहीं, वो भी एक किस्म का पीयर प्रेशर है. जैसे कि आप कुछ नहीं करना चाहते कि बिन बोले आपसे वो चीज़ करवाई जाए, वो भी एक तरह का पीयर प्रेशर है. फिर डायरेक्ट पीयर प्रेशर होता है कि आपको सीधा बंदा आके बोलता है कि आपको ऐसे करना है, नहीं तो आप हमारे ग्रुप में नहीं आ सकते, या फिर अगर आप ऐसे नहीं बिहेव करोगे, ऐसे कपड़े नहीं पहनोगे, या कुछ भी ऐसा नहीं करोगे जो हमें पसंद हो, ताकि आपको एक्सेप्टेंस मिले हमारे ग्रुप में, हमारे फ्रेंड्स ग्रुप में, हमारे कॉलेज ग्रुप में, हमारे मतलब वर्क ग्रुप में, प्रोफेशनल ऑफिस में. अगर आप अच्छे कपड़े नहीं पहन के आते, अगर आप अपने बालों में तेल लगाते हो, तो ऐसी-ऐसी चीज़ें, वो भी एक किस्म का पीयर प्रेशर भी है. फिर आप कह सकते हैं नेगेटिव पीयर प्रेशर, जो जिससे आपको एंग्जायटी भी महसूस होती है, या फिर जिस तरीके से आपको बहुत ऐसे सोच विचार में पड़ना पड़ता है कि आप खुश नहीं है इस पीयर प्रेशर से, तो वो नेगेटिव में जाता है. जिस तरीके से अगर आपके काम की ऑफिस में किसी का पर्सनैलिटी ज़्यादा मतलब लाउड है, या फिर वो अपना पॉइंट ज़्यादा रखना चाहते हैं, आपका पॉइंट सुनने में नहीं आता, या फिर आपका पॉइंट को नीचे दिखाया जाता है, ये भी एक किस्म का पीयर प्रेशर है. फिर पॉजिटिव भी होता है पीयर प्रेशर, जहाँ पे एक ग्रुप है, वो अच्छा चीज़ें करते हैं, अच्छी चीज़ें से बिहेव करते हैं, और जिस तरीके से बहुत सारे ऐसे आजकल ये भी पीयर प्रेशर हो गया है, जो मतलब रिवर्स है. जैसे कि आजकल सिगरेट स्मोक करना ना, उसको एक बुरी आदत मानी जाती है आजकल की डेट में. और अगर कोई सिगरेट कहीं पे पी रहा है, रेस्टोरेंट में, या फिर कॉलेज में, या फिर कहीं पर भी, सड़क पे भी, और आपको वो चीज़ अच्छी नहीं लगती, आपको पता है ये हेल्थ के लिए हानिकारक होती है, तो उस वजह से भी बहुत सारे लोग कहेंगे उनको जाके कि देखो, हम यहाँ पे बैठे हैं, हमें सिगरेट का स्मोक नहीं चाहिए, तो आप वो बंद कर दो. वो भी एक पीयर प्रेशर है, पर आप कह सकते हो वो पॉजिटिव में जाता है, क्योंकि वो एक अच्छी सोच के लिए वो पीयर प्रेशर पड़ता है, पर पीयर प्रेशर तो वो भी है. तो ये है हमारे 6 पीयर प्रेशर के तरीके, जो आई थिंक बहुत सारे लोग को पहचान में भी आ सकते हैं, आपने अपनी लाइफ में देखा भी होगा. और ये पीयर प्रेशर बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट है इसके बारे में बात करना, क्योंकि आई थिंक अभी पैंडेमिक में एक पॉजिटिव पीयर प्रेशर ये भी है कि आपको मास्क पहनना चाहिए, और अगर आप नहीं पहनते हो, तो फिर हमारे ग्रुप में नहीं हो आप, तो वो भी आप कह सकते हो पॉजिटिव में माना जाता है. सो I think I want to talk about this with all you guys, and I want to talk about this openly and freely. ये एक safe space है जहाँ पे आप सब अपनी बात रख सकते हो बिना जजमेंट के. I think अगर कमेंट्स में कोई ऊंच नीच बात करता है, तो मैं हमेशा उनको ब्लॉक कर देता हूँ. मैं ये इस जगह पे, इस स्पेस पे एक फ्री स्पेस लेके आना चाहता हूँ, जहाँ पे हम सब एक दूसरे से बात कर सकते हैं, हमारी बात रख सकते हैं, और खुल के बात कर सकते हैं. So welcome. I just want to say one thing कि मेरे पास एक बहुत बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट अनाउंसमेंट है आज। एक एक बहुत बड़ी खबर है आप लोगों के लिए, पर मैं उसको थोड़ी देर में बताऊंगा आपको। पहले आप सब्सक्राइब करो, कमेंट करो, लाइक करो और शेयर करो, व्हाट्सएप पे ये वीडियोस डाला करो और सबको बताओ कि ये देखो ऐसे करके। सो गाइज, आई होप कि मैंने आपको ज्यादा बोर नहीं किया है ये पेयर प्रेशर में पढ़ के, क्योंकि मैं आपके ऊपर पेयर प्रेशर नहीं डालना चाहता था कि आप मेरे ये वीडियोस देखो। पर अगर आप आ ही गए हो तो हम बात ही कर लेते हैं। तो अभी मैं आपको इनवाइट करूंगा आपकी स्टोरीज यहाँ पे शेयर करने के लिए, क्योंकि आई वांट टू हियर अबाउट योर स्टोरीज। आपकी स्टोरीज पेयर प्रेशर को लेके, काम में या कॉलेज में या स्कूल में, आपकी राय मेरे लिए सबसे ऊपर है, क्योंकि आई थिंक the voice of the people is the most important, and we all have a voice, so let's use it for the good. Let's use it to spread love and happiness through the universe, and let's start today right here. तो ठीक है, मैं अभी आपको, श्रुति मिश्रा ने पूछा है रुबीना का इंटरव्यू का क्या हुआ। इनफैक्ट ये श्रुति ने पूछा है, ये प्रशांत ने पूछा है, ये बहुत सारे लोगों ने पूछा है। अभी मुझे क्यों नहीं दिख रहे, बहुत सारे कमेंट्स आए थे। आई कांट सी एनी मोर बट दे, हाँ था, अभी देखा था। हाँ, हर्षित था इवन। तो मतलब बहुत सारे मुझे ऐसे मिलते हैं कि रुबीना दिलेक को मैंने अपने शो में क्यों नहीं लेके आता। अब मैंने रुबीना से पूछा था, मैंने उनको बोला था कि रुबीना जी आप आएंगी, और उन्होंने बोला हाँ मैं आऊंगी, और उन्होंने ट्विटर पे भी बोला था। पर उसके बाद फिर वो बहुत बिजी हैं, राइट। सो बहुत बिजी हैं। एंड देखो विद्या भी कह रही है कि रूबीज इंटरव्यू ऑन द वे। विद्या ने शायद एक विशेष टिप्पणी दी है, शायद उनको पता है, आई डोंट नो हाउ, क्योंकि मुझे भी अभी पता चला है कि रुबीना दिलेक आ रही है एंडीज रॉयल्टीज में। जी हाँ, तालियां तालियां तालियां। सो गाइज, दिस इज 100% श्योर, आई जस्ट कंफर्म्ड, मैं अभी कंफर्म करके हटा हूं कि मंडे 8 मार्च, 8 तारीख मार्च मंडे है, और 9 बजे रात को प्राइम टाइम स्पॉट पे रुबीना होंगी मेरे साथ एंडीज रॉयल्टीज में, और सिर्फ मेरे साथ ही नहीं बल्कि हमारे सबके साथ। सो आई एम गोना अनाउंस दिस। अभी तक मैंने वो पोस्टर वोस्टर कुछ भी बनाया, पर अभी जस्ट ये शो से पहले अभी ही मुझे पता चला है कि ये कंफर्म हो गया है। सो कंग्रेचुलेशंस टू एवरीबॉडी। हम बहुत जल्दी मिलेंगे हमारी फेवरेट रुबीना से। और ये क्या है, मुझे आशीष कुमार ने बहुत सारी बार लिखा है सेम चीज। ये क्या है, एंडी सर एक रिक्वेस्ट है, प्लीज BB14 में कैसे पार्टिसिपेट करें, बूथ सिलेक्ट पे पूरा सिलेक्शन प्रोसेस का वीडियो बनाया ना प्लीज हैं। सो बेसिकली आशीष, अगर आपने ऑलरेडी ये वीडियो बना के सबमिट किया है तो तो फिर you'll hear from them। अगर वो चाहते हैं कि आप आए तो यू विल हेयर फ्रॉम देम। आई डोंट थिंक कि आप क्या चाहते हैं, सिफारिश करना चाहते हैं कि अरे मैं बैकडोर से एंट्री मार लेता हूँ। बैकडोर से एंट्री मत मारना, क्योंकि उसके भी कंडीशंस होते हैं। जी अमन, यही तो पॉइंट है, ये लाइव इंटरव्यू होगा। जो भी मेरा इंटरव्यू होता है एंडीज रॉयल्टीज में, वो हमेशा लाइव होता है, और रुबीना का जो इंटरव्यू होगा वो लाइव होगा। वहां पे आप अपने क्वेश्चंस रख सकते हैं रुबीना के लिए, और मैं जितना भी कोशिश करूं, मैं सारा मतलब जितना भी आपके मैसेजेस, आपके जो प्यार है, आपके क्वेश्चंस होते हैं, तो यस। Women's Day special with Boss Lady. Correct. Please spare 50 minutes for questions that day. Otherwise, our questions would be missed like what happened in Abhinav's interview. हाँ, तो श्रुति, जो अभिनव का इंटरव्यू हुआ था, तो वहां पे आपने नोटिस करा होगा कि मैंने 1 घंटे तक मैंने आपके क्वेश्चंस ऐसे डायरेक्टली नहीं लिए थे, बट जो क्वेश्चंस आ रहे थे मैं वो पूछ रहा था। तो आई ट्राई टू गेट एवरीवन्स क्वेश्चंस। पर इफ यू नोटिस कि अभिनव, जब मैंने कहा था कि क्वेश्चंस पे जाते हैं, ही वाज बिजी एंड ही हैड टू गो फॉर अनदर इंटरव्यू। अभी मैं उनको नहीं रोक सकता था उस टाइम पे, पर आई थिंक 1 घंटा जो होता है ना, दैट इज इनफ फॉर देम टू गिव, एंड आई डोंट वांट टू पुश। मैं ज्यादा नहीं उनसे मांगना चाहता। सो there's other issues here. Hello Andy, why Monday? On Monday I have my app release, my so much work. How I'm gonna manage both things. I can't miss interview, but I'll come for show love, but pray for me. Pooja, now it's your problem. अब रुबीना ने एक टाइम दिया, मैं अभी उनको ये थोड़ा ना कह सकता हूँ कि रुबीना देखो, जो पूजा है ना उसका ऐप रिलीज है, तो आपको ना कोई और डेट देनी पड़ेगी, ठीक है? आई मीन लेट्स बी let's be realistic over here. Okay, you guys. So let's. What's all this? Huh? Gayatri, hi Gayatri. Chalo, I'm happy she's coming in. Yes, she's coming. She's coming. Rubina Dulai आ रही है. भिंडोरा पीट दो. डग 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 डग. रुबीना आ रही है. रैंडीज रॉयल्टीज में वो आएगी 8 तारीख को 9 बजे प्राइम टाइम के स्पॉट में. तो डोंट गो एनीवेयर, यहाँ पे जुड़े रहिए और हम लेके आएंगे आपके लिए. मैंने निकी तंबोली से भी बात की है. आई वांट टू गेट निकी आल्सो. अभी तक मैंने अली गोनी से नहीं बात की है. आई वुड लाइक टू गेट हिम आल्सो एट सम पॉइंट. एंड एनी अदर रिक्वेस्ट जिनको आप देखना चाहते हैं एंडी रोचेस में, प्लीज कमेंट्स में बता दो एंड आई विल ट्राई एंड गेट देम आल्सो. पर अभी फिलहाल ऐसे हुआ है कि मेरा जो इंस्टाग्राम अकाउंट है वो बंद हुआ है. अभी वो बंद है. Oh, thank you, Sneha, for the super chat. Hey Andy, I'm also a big fan from London. आप लंदन में कहाँ रहते हैं? सोलोनी. मैं कभी नहीं बताऊंगा मैं लंदन में कहाँ रहता हूँ, क्योंकि फिर कोई मुझे ढूंढ लेगा. अच्छा, राखी सावंत को भी मैंने बात करी थी, पर ऑब्वियसली उनकी मॉम की तबीयत अभी तक खराब है, तो आई डोंट वांट टू पुश दैट. एंड यस, मैंने एजाज से भी पूछा है. एब्सोल्युटली. सो राखी से भी पूछा है, एजाज से भी पूछा है, निकी से भी पूछा है, और हाँ, सो वी गॉट लॉट्स ऑफ पीपल जिनसे मैंने बात करी है. जैसे जैसे वो आते हैं, अगर आप एजाज खान को चाहते हो एंडीज रॉयल्टीज में, तो उनको ट्वीट करो. आप लोग अगर ट्वीट करोगे तो फिर अगर आप ट्वीट करोगे उनको कि एंडीज रॉयल्टीज पे जरूर आना, तो आई एम श्योर आपकी सुनेंगे. तो निकी तंबोली को ट्वीट करो, एजाज खान को ट्वीट करो, और किसको राखी सावंत नहीं, राखी सावंत को रहने दो, वो थोड़ी अभी उनकी मॉम के साथ उनको छोड़ दो. मैं उनको जरूर लेके आऊंगा. रोहित वर्मा, आप लेट आए हैं, पर रुबीना आ रही है 8 तारीख को. दैट्स मंडे 9 बजे शाम को. सो वेलकम एवरीबडी, वेलकम वेलकम वेलकम. ये क्या है? फाइनली आप मेरा मैसेज पढ़ोगे. सो हैप्पी, लव यू एंडी. सलोनी तू है कहाँ? व्हाट इज दिस? डिड यू सी द लेटेस्ट जैस्मिन? नहीं, मैंने नहीं देखी. क्या थी यार, मुझे भी बता दो. आई डोंट नो व्हाई, पर क्या ट्विटर पे थी क्या? या फिर वो क्या है, वो ट्रेंड वाली चीज जहाँ पे ये ट्रेंड्स हो रहे हैं एक दूसरे के, ऐसा कुछ? अर्शी को भी बुला. अरे काजल, आप जाके देखो वहां पे ऑलरेडी. अर्शी खान को तो मैंने ले लिया था. हेलो Andy, we need one episode of TTT about criticism. We may talk about the thin line between constructive criticism and bullying. Should criticism be censored? Very, very nice subject, Prashant. पर क्या आप उस दिन आके अपनी पॉइंट रखोगे? क्योंकि ये आपका है. मैं अभी लिख रहा हूँ अपने नोट्स में, ताकि I don't miss any of these. Oh God, अब मेरे नोट्स में मैं कहाँ लिखूं यार? I don't know where I wrote the last ones, यार. हाँ, यहीं पे कहीं पे होगा. So what do we got? Criticism. Okay, I'm writing it in my list. So criticism is going on the list. Okay, you guys. So very, very, very. Oh, I like this. There's one more coming in. Will you do an interview with? I would love to, Saloni. I would love to do an interview with Jasmine. मैं बहुत अच्छा, ठीक है, मैं कोशिश करूंगा. मुझे कहीं ना कहीं लगा, क्योंकि जिस तरीके से मैंने अपने रिव्यूज किए थे, तो शायद जैस्मिन को वो पसंद ना आए, एंड इसलिए मैंने उनको नहीं पूछा था. पर मैं I will definitely ask. Look, I have no problems with anyone. तो अगर कोई, I will ask. I will definitely ask. Nitish. Hi, how are you, Andy? Love you from Gurgaon, Haryana. Oh, I know Gurgaon. Are you in DLF? Phase something. I have lots of friends there. I've stayed there a lot. Gayatri Bora, hello Gayatri again. Pavitra को बुलाओ लो, मना लेगी. हाँ, मैंने वो ही किया है गायत्री. मैंने पीपी को मैंने मैसेज किया था, और and उन्होंने पूछना था, but she hasn't got back to me, but I'll talk to her again. I'm sure that will work out. Dipansh, welcome back. Dipansh आ गया. Gayatri, we were missing him. He's come back. Thank God you're back. What's popping? just my like right knee sometimes when I get up at night and go for a peshab, at that time my knee pops. It goes tuk, and my one of my shoes also pops. I can't wear it. It's very irritating. So it's very important. These are all very important things. Vishali, hello Andy. This time I good. I can watch 10:30 was clearly. Please, ये time रहने देना. This time is good. I can watch it. 10:30 was हाँ. वैशाली, this is the thing. मैंने सोचा कि मैं 11:30 बजे तक रखता हूँ तो सबका काम खत्म करके खाना पीना बच्चों को सुला के फिर आप यहाँ पे आ सकती हैं और हमसे मिल सकती हैं. बहुत सारे ऐसे भी लोग हैं जो what is this? Oh, Vidya, you think I'm funny? Really? मैं और funny कैसे हो सकता है? नहीं हो सकता. मैं funny नहीं हूँ. I'm not funny. Oh, maybe I am. What to do? The talent भरी हुई है मेरे मतलब यहाँ नहीं पर सारी जगह. Okay, so what is this? We will wait. Finally हम सब PR रूबी से बात करेंगे. रूबी की PR finally रूबी की यार एंटी कॉल बिंदु दारा सिंह. यार आई कॉल्ड हिम. उनके इंटरव्यूज देख लो यार, वो ऑलरेडी वहां पे लिस्ट में है. एंडीज रॉयल्टीज का जो प्लेलिस्ट है ना, वहां पे बिंदु दारा सिंह का है, डायंड्रा सॉर्स का है, उर्वशी दौलखिया का है इंटरव्यू, सारा गुरपाल का है इंटरव्यू वहां पे, और किन का है, शार्दुल का इंटरव्यू है उसमें, राहुल महाजन का तो आपको पता होगा, और कौन था, और बहुत सारे भी हैं, और भी हैं. और मतलब वो हमारा रैपर जो जिन्होंने वो गाना बनाया था रूबी 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 रूबीना, वो गाना वो भी है वहां पे. सो या रोज किलर and he got talent. Oh my god, Tanvi, that's such a lovely thing to say. Okay, you guys, we have to talk about the subject क्योंकि यहाँ पर तो हम बस ऐਵੇਂ ही बातें कर रहे हैं. क्या हम छोड़ दें पेयर प्रेशर को या फिर मुझे आप पेयर प्रेशर कर रहे हो ताकि मैं इतने सारे सेलिब्रिटीज मेरे शो में लेके आऊं? अगर ये पेयर प्रेशर, क्या ये पॉजिटिव पेयर प्रेशर है या क्या ये? हाँ, आई थिंक इट्स पॉजिटिव ओनली. प्लीज खोल. हाँ यार, सच में सोनाली फोगाट को बुलाना चाहिए यार. यार प्रजोक्ता, शिल्पा सकलानी का हो चुका है इंटरव्यू यार. Rubina has given you the prime time. It's gonna be hell of it. Exactly. वही तो. Dipansh Tugal. Rubina has given prime time. 9 p.m. Monday. It's not Saturday night, no. चलो कोई बात नहीं, मंडे को हम सैटरडे कर लेंगे, इसमें क्या है. हाँ, सलोनी शहनाज, आई मैसेज. ओके, बाय द वे यू गाइस, मेरा ना इंस्टाग्राम फेसबुक बंद है. ओके, तो जब भी मैं किसी को जब किसी को मैसेज करता था ना, मैं इंस्टाग्राम से करता था ना, क्योंकि इट्स इजियर दैट वे. सो नाउ आई हैव टू फाइंड देयर नंबर्स एंड आई हैव टू गो थ्रू पीपल्स, इट्स अ लॉट हार्डर. सो नाउ आई थिंक, क्या मैं एक नया इंस्टाग्राम अकाउंट खोलूं? Like maybe you guys can follow me there. Maybe, I don't know. What do you guys think? Sadhana is asking me a very personal question. Sadhana, I think it's a very personal question to be asking somebody because it's none of your business what anyone is. I didn't ask you whether you're straight. You know what I mean? No, Andy, no, you already forgot her. नहीं, ऐसे मत बोलो. वो अभी उसने हाँ बोल दिया तो प्रोजेक्ट ओपन अ न्यू इंस्टाग्राम. आई ट्राइड यार. मैं पता नहीं, इंस्टाग्राम भी कमीना है, पता नहीं क्या सीन है. Oh God, what's happened? Oh, thank God. I just got a message from your favorite contestant from Bigg Boss, the winner, and I was like, नहीं, अभी क्या मैसेज कर दिया मैंने, अनाउंस कर दिया है टाइम. अभी मुझे मैसेज आया, I was like, क्या बदल गया टाइम? नहीं, it was just a thumbs up दिया है, इसका मतलब it's done. Thank you, Saloni. Thank you. That's very sweet, you guys. Oh my God, too much love. I'm literally trying to make an account on Instagram. Look, I can show you. I'm actually doing it right now. And then I'll do it later, you guys, and then I'll announce it on my posts. Okay, let's talk about peer pressure. So you guys, welcome. So many people have complained of their Instagram getting. I know. I don't know what's going on. They deleted. It really has a lot of bugs. You're absolutely right. I'm trying to do things on it. It's not working. Also, I don't know. Andy, she barely gives him. So be prepared to ask important questions just in case. I'll not do that. I think शीनो रूबीना को पता होगा जिस तरीके से मैंने अभिनव का जो किया था interview, it was an hour. So I think they will have an idea that it's a long thing. And if they don't know, I'll just inform them. If you make an account, the follower count starts from 0. Try to restore your old count maybe. यार दिबाश मेरे ना ज्यादा इतने फॉलोअर्स थे ही नहीं बिगिनिंग से. बट द ओनली थिंग इज जो मेरे ना इंस्टाग्राम पे जो इतने सारे फॉलोअर्स को छोड़ो, मैं इतने सारे जो मैंने पोस्ट किए थे ना, वो एक हिस्ट्री है वहां पे. उतने सारे मुझे अब फोटोज कहाँ मिलेंगे? सो आई वांट दैट बैक सो आई कैन गेट ऑल माय फोटोग्राफ्स बैक, मेमोरीज. और नहीं तो मैं वो सारी चीजें भूल जाऊंगा. यू नो, आई डोंट रिमेम्बर एनीथिंग यूजुअली. चलो, लेट्स गो बैक टू एनीवन आउट देयर वांट टू टॉक अबाउट पेयर प्रेशर. अगर आपके पास ऐसी कोई स्टोरीज है, आपके पास कोई एक्सपीरियंसेस हैं पेयर प्रेशर के, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट इट. क्योंकि यहाँ पे हम आए हैं peer pressure के ऊपर बात करने के लिए, and it's a very important subject. Shruti says peer pressure is something that we all felt after Bigg Boss. Oh dear. Andy. Wow. Okay, you guys. So shall I put the link out and you guys can join me? And अगर हम peer pressure के ऊपर नहीं बात करते हैं तो मुझे ना टाइटल बदलना पड़ेगा इसका. नहीं तो बहुत सारे लोग हमें पूछेंगे लाइक आप लोग अपनी बातें करे जा रहे हो, peer pressure की बात तो करी ही नहीं. वेरी बैड, वेरी बैड. एंड कल का एपिसोड मेरे पास है ऑलरेडी. मेरे पास एक स्पेशल गेस्ट भी है. आई एम कॉलिंग समवन टुमारो फॉर माय शो. जो जैसे आज हम यहाँ पे आए हैं, I've got a special guest and he'll be talking about his experiences as someone who is differently abled living in Indian society. तो आप कह सकते हो, I think in इंडिया में हम कहते हैं disabled person, उनकी point of view, उनका what all they have to go through. We're going to be talking about that tomorrow. And I think it's also a very, very important topic. So let's get on the topic, you guys. So let's do it. I'm going to put out the link right now. So come and share your stories with me. आप अपनी stories बताइएगा. अगर आप एक वर्क प्लेस में वर्क करते थे जहां पे आपको पेयर प्रेशर फेस करना पड़ा, या फिर आपको कॉलेज में या स्कूल में या फिर घर में, आई थिंक कहीं ना कहीं पेयर प्रेशर ऐसा भी होता है जहां पे शादी का, जो हमने कल भी डिस्कस किया था कि शादी कैसे होती है, कैसे नहीं होती है, कि फैमिलीज भी कभी कभी आपको प्रेशराइज करते हैं. एंड यस, श्रेयांश इज कमिंग टुमारो. यस, एग्जैक्टली. He was so amazing and such a lovely guy. I invited him on the show as a special guest. So that's tomorrow. Okay, link मैंने भेज दी है. And let's get some of you guys over here to talk about your opinions on peer pressure and what all you think. This is the link. I've sent the link out. So let me tell you about peer pressure from my side. I think I've been very, very lucky, you guys. मैं बहुत strong minded था. मैं बहुत ही hello, happy person.
Hey, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm good.
So I'm going to bring in more people today from the beginning.
Sure.
And so we can have different people. So happy person, we've got JD. Hello, JD. Welcome back.
Good morning. I missed yours yesterday. I'm so sorry. I was in a meeting and it was a good subject. I watched it afterwards and I loved Preet's story. By the way, she said to say hi to you, and also Kajol said to say hi to you. A lot of people in our group that are saying hi to you.
Oh my goodness. Look at our group now. We have a regular people coming on. Dipansh is back. See the JD. Hello, Dipansh. How are you?
JD. Hi, Andy. How are you?
Hi, Dipansh.
You guys are like my panel now. This is like my panel. Happy person, Dipansh, JD, and then we've got Gayatri's back as well. Hi, Gayatri.
Hello, Gayatri.
Hi, Gayatri.
Hi, Dipansh. You don't know what you missed, but we all missed you.
What happened yesterday, guys? Fill me in. मेरे को FOMO हो रहा है बहुत.
We'll fill you. वो बाद में FOMO कर लेना. फिर अभी ना
अच्छा, ठीक है. कोई बात नहीं.
Prajakta is also back. Hi, Prajakta.
Hi, Andy. Am I audible today?
You are very
Hello.
audible, thank the Lord.
Yeah. Sorry.
Praise be to the Lord.
Yeah. Thank
And
you.
we've got Vidya from Mauritius. Is that right? Am I? No.
Is it okay? Can you hear me?
Mauritius, yeah. She's from Mauritius.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Vidya. And that's why
Yes.
her name is her Vidya, but she is from Mauritius, so it's special. It's Vidya. Okay, everyone. It's not Vidya Balan. It's Vidya. Is it
Hmm.
your first name is Ved?
Yeah, how to put it
The first name.
differently?
Oh, you just want it to be different, right? Is that peer pressure
Yes.
that you had to be
No,
different?
no, no. Kind of, because earlier people used to tease me because of my name. It's so similar. That's why.
Oh, why would they tease you for your name?
Because it is similar to Vidya Balan. She did that movie, Dirty Picture. So they were teasing me because of that. That's why I changed it.
Okay. It's the first time I've heard about that. So let's talk about this. So happy person.
Yeah.
So have you got any stories for me? Any कुछ है आपको शेयर करने के लिए ये peer
हाँ
pressure को लेके?
हाँ एक फनी स्टोरी है. ऑफिस में सब लोग गेम ऑफ थ्रोन्स के बारे में बात कर रहे थे. लाइक
अच्छा.
सब लोग. एंड मेरे को इतना पेयर प्रेशर हुआ कि मैं रात को बैठ के सीजन 1 देखा और मेरे को बिल्कुल पसंद नहीं आया. लाइक आई डिडंट इवन लाइक फर्स्ट एपिसोड. मैंने सोचा कि कैसे पसंद आ रहा है सबको. देन आफ्टरवर्ड्स आई लाइक्ड इट इन द 9th सीजन और 8th सीजन. बट ऐसा पीर प्रेशर होके मुझे मेरा टाइम वेस्ट करके मेरे को पूरा वीक गेम ऑफ थ्रोन्स देखना पड़ा ताकि मैं कुछ बोल सकूं टॉपिक पे.
Right,
एंड
but that's quite serious also, yeah? Like you got full peer pressure. GOT pressure is like hardcore, yeah?
या
It's a hard one.
एंड इफ
That's not
एंड
easy.
एंड आपने बोला तो मुझे पसंद नहीं आया तो और बवाल मच जाता. तो मैं चुप रही पीर प्रेशर की वजह से कि मुझे पसंद नहीं आया. बट फिर स्टिल मैंने देखा और सबको बोला या आई लाइक दिस. इट्स लाइक पर्सनल
But
चॉइस, राइट?
tell me something. I know it's personal choice, but I'm also very shocked कि आपको पसंद नहीं आया. इतना amazing show है.
The first 2
मतलब
seasons,
And
let's
the
first
ask
finale was
everybody.
really bad. The
like
final
first 2
season was really
seasons.
bad.
I have not even.
Devansh,
I have
I'm
not
gonna
even.
tell you something secret, okay? Devansh, the thing is, I haven't seen the last season because I refuse to see it because I don't want it to finish. So in my world,
What?
GOT continues. Yeah, it continues.
Oh my god.
I don't allow it to change. And Gayatri, what do you think? You didn't see it at all.
I haven't seen at all, and it is very similar. People think it's very cool. तूने GOT नहीं देखा, तू जाके Bigg Boss देख. मैंने कहा हाँ, मुझे Bigg Boss देखना है.
Yes.
मतलब if you watch
Yeah.
Bigg Boss, you are like this cringy, voyeurs fan, and लेकिन
जो
GOT
टिकटॉक बनाते हैं. This
cool
is a
लगा.
fact. अगर तुम बिग बॉस देखते हो तुम्हारा कूल क्वोशिएंट ना अपने आप बहुत डाउन हो जाता है.
मैंने
If you
कहा
even talk about Big
excuse
Boss, your cool
me.
quotient goes down.
मैंने बोला एक्सक्यूज मी, तुमने कभी मालगुड़ी डेज देखा है क्या? कहते व्हाट इज दैट? मैंने कहा
Well said. Exactly.
मैं कहा दिन just
I've
shut
seen
up.
Malgudi days also.
I have
I've
nothing
seen
against Game of Thrones, पर मैंने नहीं देखा है. मुझे नहीं देखना है, मुझे नहीं inclination भाई. नहीं देखना है मेरे को. आए बड़े
यार
Game of
गायत्री
Thrones.
आपको चांस देना चाहिए. इतना अमेजिंग शो है.
मैंने
चांस तो
चांस
देना
दिया है
चाहिए.
फ्रेंड्स को, मैंने चांस दिया है फ्रेंड्स को, मैंने चांस दिया है बिग बैंग थ्योरी को. मुझे वो पसंद है, मैं वो देखती हूँ. मेरे को नहीं पसंद है
Oh, Big Bang
किसकी.
Theory.
मेरे को तो
Andy, we
उनका
already have an
Big Bang
Indian
Theory
Game
is
of
bad.
Thrones. Like we already
I
have
would-
Indian Game
What
of
did you-
Thrones, Mahabharata.
You guys are all peer pressuring her.
No, like we already
मैंने
have
करना
This
ही
is
like
exactly the point. This is
मैंने
exactly the
करना ही नहीं
point.
है. मैंने करना ही नहीं है. मैं तो
But
उनका
you think
फैमिली
the thing is
खाते बुढ़ी हो जाऊंगी.
the thing is we know Gayatri. No matter how much we peer pressure, she's not gonna do anything.
Good
Yeah.
for you, Gayatri.
I
Good
don't
for
do
you.
it.
And we are just showing an example of peer pressure of how it can go and how you
Yeah.
can be strong and fight it.
This is live demonstration happening right now for everyone.
This is
Andy is being
exactly
very
what it is.
I know you're being very sophisticated. You would have another vocabulary had it not been on live. So let's keep it this way. हाँ मैं बहुत strong हूँ.
Very strong girl. She's so strong. She wears heels, so she's gonna have long children.
हाय Andy यार मैंने नहीं बोलना अब.
And
So let's JD, have you got any experiences with peer pressure?
Yeah, I guess I'm Andy. I'm a very confident person and not very easily influenced. Now, there's a fine line between bullying and peer pressure. In fact, peer pressure sometimes could come with bullying, I would say. And compared to the Gora people, I'm literally very small, and then I'm brown. And I started in the computer hardware industry about 25 years ago, where there were not too many women at all. And I was working with this guy that thought he was God's gift to mankind. And bada bully type ka tha, and rest of the people were, kind of daunted by him, because he was also supported by the topmost management. But Banda, was very, in a way, I would say, pompous tha. Like, I'm here, so pay attention. And if I'm not here, oh, well, whatever. And yes, I had that experience with him. And it took me maybe after I started, mujhe almost 6 se 7 mahina lage before I realized that what he was doing. And I just went into his office one day and I said, I want to talk to you. And they could sometimes be rude. He just kind of sort of ignored me and kept working. And I kept sitting over there. I just sat over there and kind of was doing tapping on his desk for a while. And I said, finally, if you think I'm going to go away, I'm not. I need to talk to you. I think my tone maybe, or my body language told him that this is not going to be pleasant, because I think inside this, some of these type of people, they hide some kind of cowardice and are afraid to actually come face to face with anybody that they're trying to influence, right, or bully or whatever. And so he looked up and he goes, I have to go to a meeting. And I go, this was a very small company, maybe about 35.
Can I ask you something here? Like, with the peer pressure, like, what were you feeling the pressure that he was trying to make you do?
That he was trying, if I wanted to do something my way, I'm in purchasing and you're in IT. We're two different here. I know IT influences all departments, but don't tell me how to do the fundamentals of my work. Every time I would tell him to fix something, he would be like, but you could do it this way. I go, no, try to fix it. So he was trying to influence my work. And I finally sat down with him that day, and he tried to avoid it. I go, no, I'm not moving from here. And finally I talked to him. I go, don't do that. I respect you for what you know, your knowledge. I expect the same from you. And if you're not able to respect me, that's okay. My world is not coming to an end. But do not come into my office right in front. I'm the manager in my office. I have others working for me. You don't get to come in and tell me how to do my work. You do not get. And he kind of backed off a lot. And others told me, good you did that, JD. I wish I had the guts to do it. So really, I mean, it takes. I was
so it's amazing actually, JD, because I think बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग हैं जो सोचते हैं कि ये स्कूल में होता है, ये पेयर प्रेशर, टीनेजर्स में ये गुजरता है, इनके ऊपर जो होता भी है वहां पर भी, कॉलेजेस में भी होता है, फिर उसके बाद ये काम के जगहों पे भी हो जाता है, वहां पर भी ये चीज कंटिन्यू होता है और आप खुद को वो चीज को एड्रेस करके उसको सुलझाना पड़ता है खुद ही. एंड आई थिंक ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि सबको ये भी पता चले कि ये चीज जो है, अगर आपके काम में आपको ये प्रेशर फील हो रहा है और वहां पर भी इसको एड्रेस करके आपको आगे बढ़ना चाहिए, आपको इसको छोड़ना नहीं चाहिए. That's a very valid point. Now, Dipansh, can I just ask you, do you have any story that you want to add? Before you add, can I just add some people to the talk? We've got Nadeem is coming in. And he needs to turn his computer volume down.
Hey.
Yeah, you always do this, yeah, Nadeem.
What?
Nadeem?
Hi, bichara. दीम आप
डांटो
अपना
भी
ना
बैंक को,
लैपटॉप
डर
की
जाएगा।
आवाज कम कर लो, लैपटॉप की
डांट रहे
आवाज
हो
कम
आप
कर लो,
इसको।
एको हो रहा है।
अभी ठीक है? नहीं तुम्हारा नहीं,
ये
जब हम बात करते तब।
ये भी पैर पे,
हाँ अब
ये भी
ठीक
तेरे
है।
पैर से था।
अब ठीक है, अब ठीक है। आज बेचारा नाम के आगे हार्ट भी लगा के आया है, प्रेशर
Yes.
हाँ आज fully heartfelt है। We have Abhinash also with us. Hi Abhinash. Today we are a full house. I like it. So Dipansh, let's get back to you. So let me know. Today we are everybody. I like it. So Dipansh, let's get back to you. So let me know. Today we are everybody. I like it. What's going on? Like what's... One second. What's happening? Okay, I'm gonna mute people. I think muting people is a good idea. Okay, now let's go to Dipansh. Dipansh, can you share anything? आपके पास कोई story ऐसी है जहाँ पे आपने peer pressure feel किया है?
So it's a workplace incident. It's not an incident. I just want to bring to attention the startup culture in the Indian workplaces. So there was a startup that I worked with for around 9 to 10 months, which shall remain nameless. It's a really reputed media company come startup, and I used to work there. That was my first ever job. So I was fresh out of college, and I went and I joined that workplace. And once I went into that workplace, it was all a bunch of young people. The average age there was 27 or 28. So it was a bunch of young people who just used to meet up. They used to work from this really cool, hip office, which was in a farmhouse. They had a lot of fun. It was all good. But slowly, when I just started going into that culture, I realized that something was wrong. So I used to look around at at the faces of the colleagues there, and many of them used to look stoned, right? So they used to look out of it, that they are not in their senses. And there were a few times where what happened was I not caught them, but the HR is standing right just a few feet away from their desk, and they are sitting there and they are rolling joints, right? And they used to smoke it up,
And
and they
these
used to.
and can I ask you, were they smoking in smoking marijuana joints in work time?
Yeah,
Oh,
which is
okay.
why
It
I
was
would,
work time.
which is why I
And
wouldn't
were
want
they
to name the workplace.
were they people that were high up in the work frame?
That I cannot say. I mean, because honestly, if you talk about the CEO, if you talk about the COO, those guys I never used to see them because they never used to hang out with us. Let's face it. I was a mid-level employee there. I was just starting out, so I can only talk about my colleagues who used to sit with me, who were also at some senior positions. So there was a drug culture there, and eventually I befriended a couple of people, a bunch of guys and girls who were my age. So it was really fun hanging out with them until I realized that they take a lot of drugs, they consume alcohol. Now, I don't do alcohol, I don't take drugs, I can't take the smoke of a cigarette also. Like, I'm that kind of a guy. So, what happens is that if you do not smoke, if you do not do drugs, if you do not smoke up, you are not considered cool, right? It's automatically becomes, oh my god, this person is so boring, look at his age. And and especially it comes from a lot of heterosexual men, and it is directed at heterosexual men. It's considered as a way of bonding, right? कि यार चल एक पैग लगाते
Right.
हैं, चल पी लेते हैं, let's just do that. And there were times where I felt really pressured. So there's one incident that I really wanted to share. I had a manager, right? And she was 28 years old. She was fairly new to the company, and under her we were a bunch of 3 to 4 guys who used to work. So one day she called out all of us and she said, "Come guys, let's go out of the office and let's smoke up a couple of joints." Now, when your manager is offering that to you, the person whom you directly report to, what would you do? If you refuse, you would come across as a buzzkill, you would come across as a bad person. I did not want to get high because I really wanted, my house is far away from that workplace. I live with my family. I'm not in a hostel or a PG where I can just get drunk and I can get high and I can, for 6 to 7 hours, I can keep tripping. I wasn't in that kind of a position. So she said, "No, Dipansh, you have to come. Let's go." So she was like, we all just left the main gate of the office, and there was a small place, a hideout where a lot of this smoking and getting high stuff was happening. So I mean, my manager was working with these bunch of guys, and they said कि if the can't see, if you तुम्हें नहीं फूकना, तुम मत फूको, कुछ मत करो, don't smoke. We are just going to just stand with us, just pass the joints. That's what they just wanted to bond with me. Now I
Okay.
see maybe their intentions were fine, but eventually there is a thing called passive smoking, and there is a way called getting passively high also. If they blow that marijuana smoke on me, I could also get high, right? Like that is where I was coming from. I don't want to go down that path. So what I did was I immediately ran away. Like I saw them disappear, I slowed my pace, and I ran inside the office and I just sat there. And then within 15 to 20 minutes, those people came back and they were behaving really weird. They were constantly laughing. They were making fools of themselves. But though they were calm because it's weed, it doesn't get you. It's not drinking alcohol that you would do weird
What
stuff.
they were smoking?
So
What they were smoking? What?
weed,
Weed. Okay.
yeah. So so what I did was I just messaged on the group very casually. I said I'll inform the HR, and my manager was like, "Yeah, please go ahead and do it." She was a brazen. She really did not care. And there
Wow.
used to be parties where people would get high. There would be parties where girls would get drunk, and I had heard some instances of boys often taking advantage of girls where they couldn't consent to such kind of an environment. And
Oh, okay.
this is I am not going to say the name of the startup. It is a very reputed media company, and you people will be shocked when you hear the name. I will tell you the name once this live session ends, or maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'll just keep it to myself. But it's a very reputed startup, and that is the kind of things
Wow.
that were happening there. And this is the startup culture in India. In the name of parties, in the name of free alcohol, all this stuff happens. And I just don't
Right.
understand why was there no mechanism? Why didn't HR take a stand? Like there was a time where the HR herself, she came and she knocked on my shoulder and she was like, "The Panch wine tasting event hai, conference room mein jaake wine pee lo." And I just tasted a cup. मेरी जो capacity है, I'm not ashamed to admit, it's very less. I get drunk like मैं ये पंजाबियों के नाम पे इस मामले में कलंक हूँ. मेरी capacity बहुत ज्यादा नहीं है. So I got drunk
Yeah,
of
this is
wine
also peer
tasting.
pressure. This is also peer pressure. Punjabi. Why is Punjabis there? They also. I'm a Punjabi. Yeah. I'll have
So if
one
you are a
Punjabi
Punjabi and if you don't take butter chicken, if you don't eat non-vegetarian, अगर तुम पैग नहीं लगाते हो, तुम पीते नहीं हो, तो तुम असली पंजाबी नहीं हो, तुम पंजाबियों के नाम पे कलंक. This is the kind of
Please, this is peer pressure. This is full peer pressure. This is full.
So without taking much time, I just wanted to bring to attention that these are the kind of things which happen in some startups
In a
in India,
workplace
and
setting. Yeah.
this cannot happen in reputed companies like MNCs, because they would just fire their employee if somebody shows up drunk. But here there are people who
Mhm.
are rolling joints, who are high, they just come and sit on their desks, they are stoned, they are working, and then there's nobody saying anything. And I am just I was shocked. I was like, what kind of a workplace is this? And this was, see,
Mm.
I have no, see, I'm all for having happy hours. I'm all for going drinking with colleagues. I'm all for socializing. I don't want to put an end to that. I don't want to be this boring person who's like, कि कुछ मत करो, चुपचाप बस बैठ जाओ, कहीं मत आओ जाओ. I don't want to be that kind of a person. It's your life. You want to have alcohol. You want to smoke drugs. That's a decision that you have to take. But then, it could harm others also. There has to be a decorum. There has to be a system in a workplace. It has to go a
Yes.
certain way. What if somebody gets drunk one day and jumps off the roof or does something stupid? Will the HR
No,
intervene
I
then?
don't think
And what will
anyone's
the
gonna
HR
get drunk and jump off any roofs. But I mean, being drunk is just you're not gonna be 100% at your workability. You're not gonna
But what if
be.
you're wasted?
If you're wasted, then you shouldn't be wasted anyway, regardless of where you are. Have a drink, have a fun time. It doesn't mean you have to drink a whole bottle. That's what I'm saying. Everything in moderation is best. But if you are smashed
But
at
see, that's
work,
the point, Andy. Everybody there was young, 20 to 24-year-old people. And these people,
sure.
there are going to be some immature people who wouldn't know where to draw that line. Like मुझे पता है कि अगर मेरे को like beyond a certain limit, if I consume alcohol, I won't be able to handle it. I'll stop it. Maybe that's me. But there are some people who wouldn't
Mhm.
stop it. Who would manage it then?
No.
That's my point. Will the HR intervene? And what will the HR, and God forbid if this gets out, that something major happens, if something untoward happens when someone is drunk, and then who would be responsible then? What will the HR say? That this is the work culture here, this is what happens, and everybody consumes alcohol. So that is something that I wanted to bring to attention. And so we're talking about peer pressure. I really felt peer pressure in those moments. Now, I have made some really good friends there, and quite a few of them know me. But then again, and I'm on really good terms with them also. But there were times where I felt pressured, that I need to do this, I need to drink, I need to loosen up. And I was told all these things. You're really uptight. तुम कुछ करते नहीं हो. You are boring. You just keep sitting and working. And that's the. And I used to avoid all office parties because I knew this would be happening there. They would be doing drugs. There would be like a hot box happening somewhere. They would probably blow smoke on me. I'll probably end up getting in a state where I don't want to be, and it's just going to go down the drain. So that's my experience at the workplace that I wanted to share.
I'm glad you shared, because I think other people, if they're going through this, at least they have, understanding that they're not alone and that they can stick up for themselves, and it's cool to stick up for yourself. It's better to not do what you don't want to do. Okay, I need to move on because otherwise Prajakta is going to be like, मैं कब से wait कर रही हूँ, मेरे से कोई बात ही नहीं कर रहा. Hi Prajakta.
Hi Andy. Hi.
Welcome back.
Yeah, hi. Thank you.
Do you have any instances where you would like to share anything about peer pressure? Unfortunately, Dipansh is very greedy. He's stolen all the time. So I have to go through everyone's stories a bit faster now. Because
I'll keep it short.
Dipansh is like, I got one story, and he tells 4 stories and then calls it one. You notice
Sure,
this?
sure.
Is anyone else?
No problem.
I'm sorry, guys.
Am I peer pressuring you into taking one story only?
No, I have one story only, Andy, actually.
Oh,
the
thank
thing
God.
is, with peer pressure, no, seriously, like with peer pressure, we have both advantages and disadvantages. Peer pressure had a very negative impact in my life and in shaping my personality. I'll just give the instance. From the age of 10, that is in 6th grade, I started playing football. And because there was no girls' football team in my school, I was playing in the boys' football team. So, being the only girl, there were people who looked up to me, but there were people who looked down on me as well. कि ये लड़कों के साथ भागती है. Okay. And in 8th grade, in the starting of the 8th grade, I got my periods. So when like I had my mother had actually told the coach, and my coach was supportive. He was fine with everything. He actually he was that kind of a man who trusted my skill, my talent, who coached me that way. But while playing one day, I think like there was a heavy flow that day, so it leaked. My blood leaked. So, but I think the other boys on the ground were not comfortable with it. My coach wasn't comfortable with it. Maybe I was suddenly cut from the team in the next tryouts.
What?
Yeah, I was cut from the team. And when my father went and fought with the school management that this is not something over which you cut a person out of the team. She is fitter than other people in this team. So my coach tells my mother कि आपको तो पता ही है जब लड़कियों का period start होता है, their breasts develop and it slows them down. When my father,
what is that? That's the most absurd thing I've heard in a long time. Okay, go for it.
So actually इसमें peer pressure क्या हुआ was मुझे मतलब, and kids can be really mean at the age of 13, 14.
Yes.
I have handled that firsthand. And मेरे dad के friends, actually what I saw with my parents was they faced another kind of peer pressure from the school, from the principal, from their friends कि अब तो you understand, like now her menstruation has started, लड़कों के साथ भागना इसके लिए ठीक नहीं होगा. They will touch her in places she might not like, you might not like. And this kind of peer pressure actually led to a phenomenon which is actually
do you think that's more sexism than peer pressure?
There was sexism, but peer pressure was on my parents that you don't pursue this, don't fight this.
Right.
That was peer
Because
pressure
this is
on
not the
them.
right way of doing things. So that's more,
Yes.
yes, it's sexism towards you, but to your parents, it was
Yeah.
a societal norm that was being pressurized on them. I
Yes.
get that. Yeah.
Yes. And
That's a very, very
with me,
interesting
what
story.
happened was the girls in my class, actually, they heard that instance, and yeah, there was a kind of shaming with it, which came with it. So that actually pressured me into thinking that, maybe I'm doing something wrong and these girls are right, that I shouldn't be leaking like that, or I shouldn't be running like that with the boys. Like, now my time is done. Things like this came into my mind, and there's this social psychological term related to this peer pressure, which is called identity shift effect. And identity shift comes when a person is trying to adopt to a group standards, and it comes with self rejection. And it exactly
Sure.
happened like that with me, because I had an internal conflict कि मैं सही कर रही हूँ, गलत कर रही हूँ, मैं सबके खिलाफ जाऊं, मैं खुद अपना स्टैंड लूं. ये internal conflict ultimately led me to eliminate myself, like to eliminate my thoughts and go ahead with what the group thought.
Right.
So yeah, and
I'm sorry that you've
ultimately,
had to go through this, but I think
yeah,
it's so valuable that you're bringing this up in this way, ताकि बहुत सारे लोग जो अभी ये देख रहे होंगे, आपकी जो स्टोरी उन्होंने सुनी होगी, तो उनको भी कुछ ना कुछ उनको यहाँ से समझ आई होगी कि किस तरीके से किसी को ट्रीट करना चाहिए, किस तरीके से उनको एक how you should be a little bit more open to what others are feeling and allowing them to also breathe. I feel like so much pressure just makes you stop who you are. Like you were saying, you were self-rejecting because of this. And
yeah.
it just makes me so sad that it is the truth. But I'm glad that you're here and you're talking about it and that you shared with us.
I
Thank you
mean,
for sharing.
this one instance actually led me to become a very different person. Like, seriously, an identity shift happened. Today, the kind of person I am, I still talk about these things in therapy. I still cannot get over the thing कि मैंने ये कैसे जाने दिया. How could I get into this? How could I get into other people's words? I mean,
But remember one
yeah.
thing that I think we're not really focusing on. जो आपने किया होगा उस टाइम पे, आप एक उम्र से गुजरी थी और वो उम्र में ऐसी चीजें हो जाती हैं, और अगर हम वो चीजें अपने जहन में पकड़ के रखें, जकड़ के रखें और उनको छोड़े ना, तो वही चीजें हमें हमारे अंदर एक मतलब अग्नि बन के बड़ी होती जाती है, हमें उसको छोड़ना पड़ेगा. अगर हम क्योंकि you were not in the state at that time to make these kind of decisions that you are today. You're the person you are today is because of what happened to you. So I think we have to just stay grateful and try and see the positive that was a growing pain and you've grown out of it and now you're a better person for it. So I always try to see that part, that positive part of it, that yes, I went through a lot of turmoil when I was a child also. But I always look back and I go, you know what? Those are the things that made me who I am today. And if I didn't go through those things, I wouldn't feel like I do today. And I feel amazing and I'm proud of myself. And I think you should be proud of yourself too. And you should also know that all those things make you this amazing person you are today. You're so well spoken. You're so well, you are so articulate. You know how you feel inside. So you have really made amazing amounts of growth, and you need to be proud of that.
Andy, as a follow-up, can I say something real quick?
Yes.
What she spoke about, the identity theft that she spoke about, that's very true, especially very, I would say it applies to these kiddie parties when women get together. Oh my goodness. I've been a victim. Thank God. I have enough self-confidence, but I've been exposed to it. And to the person that was just talking, my hat's off to you, girl. Get your self-confidence up. This is all about self-confidence and not letting people pressure you into anything. I'm going to leave so some others can come in. Good topic. Keep it up. Love you, Andy.
Take care of yourself. See you later.
Bye.
So right, let's move on to Abhinash. Abhinash, are you there? Hello, Abhinash.
He's on mute. He's on mute.
Mute.
Yeah, I was
Open.
in mute.
But you're back. You're back with us now. Thank the Lord
Yeah.
above.
Yes.
I'm just making sure that we've got everyone on that is in the waiting room. We've got Abhinav. Now we've got Abhinav and Abhinash. So that's two different people. Let me just see who this is.
I got called Abhinav all the time. And it has
Is that peer pressure?
No, it
Abhinav, are you there?
Yeah. Hello, Andy. Hello everyone.
Hello, welcome. So we are with Abhinash right now, and Abhinash ने हमें बताना है कि उन्होंने कैसे फील किया है peer pressure अपनी लाइफ में, या फिर उन्होंने कभी कोई instances में उन्होंने कुछ फील किया होगा. So Abhinash, over to you.
Yeah, so I think felt the peer pressure thing when I was like really young. I was in 6th or 7th grade, and at that time what happened was I was very good academically from my very childhood. I was like one of those smartest kids, always stood first in class, and it was a very small school, as in I come from a very small town in Jharkhand, and it was a small school, and there were only 20 odd people in my class. So it was a small group of people. So to find somebody who was similar was very difficult from that set of people. So normally what happens at that age, people are more into sports. They don't, if you don't find, there are not many children, right? So a lot of people are not interested in studies. They won't talk about it most of the time. So they will be more interested in, they want a break and they want to go out and play or something of that sort. So what after 7th grade, earlier the play was different, okay, but you could play small games in recess or whatever, and that was over. After that, when you grow up and if you're not inclined towards like really competitive sports, and somebody is something like a cricket or football or something which demands a lot of physical activity or fitness, and that is not there, then it became very difficult for me to overcome that, because I had nobody in that class who was like me. Everybody wanted, and you are cool, you are, if you are more into sports and less into academics, so you are more cool, you are more popular, and everybody wants to be popular at that stage. So I made myself play all those sports with all those people in that peer pressure, and I sucked at it, and I never felt good about it. And one thing which I could change probably in my life would be that why did I do something that I did not enjoy or did not want to do, just because I could make friends with people who did not even care enough for me to accompany me when I was alone in the class, or there was nobody talking to me, or in those times they did not give up, but I wanted to make friends with them desperately, because at that point of time it became so difficult for me. Academics took a backseat and pleasing other people became more important, because I was so lonely. And when I went back home, I could not speak about these things to my parents or anybody, because I don't think they would have understood what I was going through. So the only answer to everything was that I'll have to make friends with these people. I also dumbed down a lot of times, because I used to pretend to be not as intelligent as what I am. So that also I did. I talked about things they used to talk about, even though I did not enjoy it much. So I have done all that, and it was very difficult phase for me, and I hated school. You won't believe, from 6th grade to 10th I had hated, and I wanted to just pass matriculation so that I could get out of that school and I can start a fresh life. And I'm not friends with anybody till my 10th standard. But after that, it was difficult, because After that, it was easy. Sorry. After 11th, I met fresh set of people, so there were no preconceived notions about me, because all these people till my 10th standard, I had known them from like my very childhood, from first grade maybe.
Now, tell
So
me something about this. Now, I'm listening to you, and I'm understanding that you go through this age, like एक एज होती है जहाँ पे
yeah,
आपको लगता है कि जो बच्चे कूल हैं, जो सारे एक जो पॉपुलर बच्चे हैं, उनके साथ आपको एक रिश्ता बना के रखना है। आप भी उस ग्रुप में बनना चाहते हो, तो इसलिए आपने
correct.
इतने सारे स्पोर्ट्स खेले, पर आप वो स्पोर्ट्स खेल के खुश नहीं थे, और ना कि आप वो खेल के भी आप अच्छे नहीं थे
Because
उन
I was
स्पोर्ट्स में।
shamed, and I was shamed. Every time I played, I was shamed by those same people, set of people. So
पर
that we are
फिर वो
not good
आपके
at
दोस्त
it.
नहीं बने, आपके दोस्त वो नहीं बने फिर भी।
Momentarily, but they were not true friends. At the end of the day, I don't feel, because if they were true friends, I would have been in touch with them now. But I'm not touch with them. The moment I've left my school, I was not in touch with any one of them. I did not feel the need
तो
to. They did not feel.
आप किसी के साथ भी इन टच हो स्कूल से?
Couple of friends, but they were not in that set of. Just one person, I think I am in touch. She was my neighbor, and we used to go together. She's still my neighbor, so that is why I'm in touch. And I'm. It's been very long, I think. Yeah, it's been very long also, but yeah, I'm in touch with only one person, and I don't feel like what I feel is at that point I did not need to do all that. I was quite popular in my own way, but I don't know why people feel more inclined towards sports at that age. See, playing is all fine, playing for fun is all fine, but when it gets to a point where you are shamed for it, it's very toxic, and I don't want to go through that again. Like, I'm going there for having fun, but it's not happening. It's all you are made fun of all the time. So what's the point? And it took a heavy toll on me at that time. I kind of did not do well in exams also at that time.
So
I
I
had
think this is a very good opportunity to let people know कि अगर आप पॉपुलर किड्स के साथ जुड़ना चाहते हो और आपको लगता है कि आप फेक कर सकते हो,
yeah,
आपको वो करना चाहिए जो आपको अच्छा लगता है, जो सब्जेक्ट्स
exactly.
आपको पसंद आते हैं। आपको अपनी लाइफ को बनाना है जिस तरीके से आप अपनी लाइफ देखते हो। आप किसी को फॉलो करो मत, पेयर प्रेशर के अंदर घसीटनो ना, अपने खुद के अरमानों को, अपनी भावनाओं को उसके अंदर मत फूको, क्योंकि क्या होता है कि जैसे कि अविनाश बोल रहे हैं कि इनको भी बहुत सारा ऐसा कुछ हुआ था स्कूल में जहां पे उनको लगता था कि ये उनके साथ दोस्तियां रख पाएंगे, ये भी पॉपुलर हो जाएंगे, पर एक्चुअली उसका उल्टा ही हुआ और ये खुश भी नहीं थे। तो इसी वजह से आप अपनी खुशी को देखो, आपको क्या करना है, आपको पॉपुलर से ज्यादा आपको अपनी लाइफ बनानी है, तो
सही
आप
बात है.
चूज कीजिएगा। सो लेट्स मूव ऑन, आई एम गोना मूव ऑन राइट नाउ, आई एम गोना मूव ऑन टू अभिनव। अभिनव, आर यू देयर?
Yeah. Hello, Andy. So nice. So lucky
Hi
to meet you.
Abhinav. Well,
Okay.
it's great to meet you
So,
also.
okay. So, hello guys. First of all, so peer pressure we are talking about. Peer pressure is both positive and negative. Positive peer pressure, it can help you reflect on your actions and amend your ways so that you can become a better individual. But I was so unlucky that I didn't got this positive peer pressure. From my voice, you can judge that I don't have so much like manly voice which you talk about. And as Abhinash said, मैं उनकी बातों से बहुत ज़्यादा रिलेट कर पाता हूँ बिकॉज़ मेरे साथ भी सेम इंसिडेंट्स हैपेंड विद मी व्हेन आई वाज़ इन स्कूल. आई एम जस्ट 19. So there is a journey you can see from school to college, and then right now like I'm doing MBBS. So there is a whole journey. What happened to me, like,
आप अगर अविनाश नहीं, सॉरी अभिनव, आप ना आप हिंदी में बात करो, क्योंकि बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग भी हैं जो हिंदी में
okay.
देखते हैं, तो शायद उनको नहीं अच्छा लगे।
ओके, सो मेरा क्या था कि स्कूल में जैसे था, मैं सेकंड में ज्वाइन किया था आईसीएसई बोर्ड. मैं स्कूल में गया था वहाँ पे. तो वहाँ पे सबसे पहले होता है ना, कोई नया बच्चा आता है तो उसको इतनी नहीं दी जाती, कि इतनी अटेंशन नहीं दी जाती है, सारे उसका फन करते रहते हैं. मेरे साथ हुआ. आई ज्वाइन इन सेकंड थर्ड फोर्थ फिफ्थ. बट देन एज अविनाश ने बोला कि उनके मतलब वो इतना कूल बनते थे, उनके इतने फ्रेंडशिप थी एक दूसरे के साथ, मैं हमेशा एक साइड पे होता था क्लास में, रीजन बीइंग बिकॉज मेरा थोड़ी है ऐसी की थोड़ी वॉइस ऐसी है, या सम काइंड ऑफ बिहेवियर एंड द वर्ड्स लाइक गे व्हाटएवर दे यूज, सो वो वर्ड्स बहुत ज्यादा अफेक्ट कर जाते हैं, इतना अफेक्ट किया मुझे उस पीयर प्रेशर ने दैट आई वेंट टू सुसाइड, इवन आई एम इवन कंट्रोलिंग माय टीयर्स राइट नाउ, दिस मच प्रेशर वाज देयर। आई केम होम, मैं घर में आता था, अपने अपने ही पेरेंट्स के साथ में लड़ना शुरू कर देता था, उनकी छोटी छोटी गलतियां निकालता था कि आपने ऐसा क्यों किया, आपने ऐसा क्यों किया, मतलब मैं मौका ढूंढता था कि कब मेरे पेरेंट्स गलती करें और मैं जितनी भी भड़ास है मेरे मन में, मैं सारी भड़ास अपने पेरेंट्स पे निकालूं। ये सब मेरे साथ हो चुका है, बट एक्चुअली पता नहीं, उनको मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल सकता, बट उन्होंने मुझे चेंज किया एंड आई थिंक नाउ आई हैव बिकम अ जेंटलमैन टाइम, वॉइस के हिसाब से नहीं, बट नाउ आई हैव बिकम रैगिंग भी होती रहती है ना कॉलेज में, वो भी हो चुकी है मेरे साथ, बिकॉज आई वॉज एन एक्सेप्शनल पर्सन। मैं आता था अपने क्लास में सिक्स या सेवेंथ आता था, नॉट सो गुड एट द स्टडीज, नॉट सो बैड, नॉट सो एवरेज, इट वॉज जस्ट ओके, बट लाइक कहना कि आप टीचर के चमचे हो, ये हो, एंड एज सेड लाइक पबजी है यहाँ पे खेलते थे लोग, तो आई डोंट नो व्हाट वाज पबजी, किसी पार्टी से मुझे इनवाइट नहीं किया जाता था, पबजी के बारे में आई हैव टू टॉक, आई हैव टू सर्च ऑन द गूगल कि हाँ ये भैया ये पबजी गेम है, इनके साथ बात करूंगा थोड़ा कूल दिखूंगा। फुटबॉल वॉज माई फेवरेट गेम एज अ डिफेंडर, बट हाँ बास्केटबॉल खेल लिया नहीं तो ये लोग हमें ऐसा बोलेंगे। ये लोग बास्केटबॉल खेलते थे, पहले हफ्ते फर्स्ट वीक मैं एक साइड पे बैठा रहता था, देन आई यूज टू जॉइन देम, बट जैसे अभी बोला है, मैं अभी 19 ईयर्स का हो चुका हूँ, डूइंग एमबीबीएस इन जर्मनी, बट मैं अभी सिर्फ एक बंदे से कनेक्ट करता हूँ, दैट्स अ गर्ल नेम लिविशा, जो कि मतलब एक फैमिली रिलेशन एंड दैट द रीजन। बट जो होता है ना कि अगर आप इन सब चीजों को सुन के, एंड वन थिंग मोर, मेरी जो झूठी कंप्लेंट्स है, फॉल्स एलिगेशंस लगाना, हर रोज कोई ना कोई लव स्टोरी चला देना, ये जाता था सीधा टीचर्स के पास, गलती वो करते थे, नाम मेरा लगता था, तो इन सब चीजों को हैंडल करना आई थिंक इतना डिफिकल्ट हो जाता था, फिर घर में आके फ्रस्ट्रेशंस अपने पेरेंट्स पे निकालना, ट्यूशन जाना, एंड समटाइम्स होता है ना कि एक थोड़े हैंडसम डूड्स भी होते हैं, I had some acne or pimples on my face, जिस कारण मुझे वो भी, that was also one of the reason that I was separated from each other. Going to the tuitions after the schools, वो भी एक हो जाता था कि हाई बच्चों से फिर मिलना पड़ेगा। But अब I think the journey which I have seen, रैगिंग को टॉलरेट करना, इन डिबेट्स पे जाता हूँ, जैसे आपकी डिबेट से पहले मैं बहुत डिबेट्स में गया हूँ, बीबी की डिबेट्स होती थी, I learned how to interact with the people, and whatever they say, I just ignore them and just given them कि उनको आर्ग्यू करना और उनको बताना आप कौन होते हो मुझे ऐसा बोलने वाले, and whatever things have happened to me, I think I am now this much strong, I can handle those things. Even my, you won't believe, my father also very much forced me कि आप बेटा आप ऐसे हो, बेटा आप ऐसे हो, I even didn't listen to him, though I am right now in Germany, my father
तो
is
जो
doing everything
आपके
for me.
आपके डैड आपके फादर जो कहते थे आप ऐसे हो, इसका मतलब क्या था उनका, मतलब व्हाट वर दे ट्राइंग टू से?
मतलब थोड़ा एंडी लाइक थोड़ा गर्लिश बिहेवियर टाइप, जस्ट दैट आई एम जस्ट सेइंग इट वेरी
तो
फ्रैंकली कि थोड़ा
मुझे देखो देखो अभी ना, आई जस्ट वांट टू से दैट अगर आपकी आवाज डीप नहीं है, इसका ये मतलब नहीं है कि आप होमोसेक्सुअल हो, और अगर आप हो भी तो उसमें भी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है।
Yeah,
Like,
Andy, that's really true. But see, fathers basically they want their child to be accepted in the world. No, you can't. They will explain us. They will not explain to the world. Everyone is not like that. कि हाँ अपने बेटे को जैसा accept किया, उन्होंने मुझे बदला है, and I think I have changed so far that right now मुझे ऐसा लगता है that I have become a gentleman and I can cope up with each and every situation in my life. So ये होता है कि पेरेंट्स कभी कभी ऐसा चाहते हैं कि उनका बच्चा ऐसा ना बने, बिकॉज कहीं ना ऐसी एक्सेप्टेंस सोसाइटी में लेके आना, दैट्स अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट जॉब। एवरीबडी कांट थिंक कि हाँ ये होमोसेक्सुअल है, वी हैव टू एक्सेप्ट दिस पर्सन, नो, एवरीबडी हैज डिफरेंट चॉइसेस, सो इसलिए ऐसा फादर ने किया, बट आई रिस्पेक्ट हिज ओपिनियन आल्सो, ही हैज चेंज्ड माय लाइफ, this negative peer pressure has changed my life. I am not saying it's good, but they have changed my life, and I think the first when I was homosexual, that was far better than I am today, but I am living the life, and I think this is the happiest thing actually this has happened in my life, and the true change in my life.
right, I'm glad that you can see it that way and you can feel the way you're feeling, क्योंकि बहुत सारे ऐसे लोग हैं जो आप जैसे स्ट्रांग नहीं बन रहे हैं, and I'm glad कि आप इस वक्त you're strong, you're feeling better for yourself, you're standing up for yourself. And I think that it's time. It's time for people to hear this and understand that if you have a difference in the world, that makes you unique. That
Yeah.
doesn't make you bad. It doesn't make you worse. It doesn't make you all those negative things. I have a high voice and I love my voice because it makes me who I am. I will walk down the street and people recognize me for my voice because it's not like everyone else's voice. I tell you a story real quick. I was in a studio. I went there for a script reading, and there was some children who were there also for the same script reading, and they were working in a different room very far away. And I was just saying I was reading the script and I said a few lines, and then we had a fun time. We were laughing. And before you know it, these children, there were about 5 or 6 of them, they came running into the room. And we were like, what happened? Like, what are these children doing in this room right now? We're working. And they all went, एंडी भैया हमने दूर से आपकी आवाज से पता चल गया आप यहाँ पे हो, आप हमें ना फोटो देना. So the point being that it makes you unique. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. Having something that doesn't stick, that makes you stick out in the crowd. I mean, for me, that's like better than anything, especially with what I do. So I always think to everyone out there, अगर आप कुछ भी आप में कुछ अलग है, सिर्फ आप में ही वो बात है, तो फिर वो बहुत अच्छी बात है, जो मर्जी वो चीज हो. I feel that. That's मेरा मानना है. But thank you for sharing. I've got to add some people to the what's it called? Kirti, I just want to say, Kirti, your device is not adding. Your device is not adding. You'll have to re-come into the studio. Kirti, your device is not adding. Sorry. But we've got Mulik here. Hi, Mulik. How are you?
Hi, guys. I'm great. Can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly, but right now I'm going to go to Nadeem because Nadeem has been waiting.
No problem at all.
The purple shirt with a Nadeem heart. He's obviously, what's it called? What are they called? Yeah, those guys who are like Dil Fake Ashik. What are they called?
Majnu.
I was going with something explicit, but yeah, go on, Majnu.
No, you can tell me.
Yeah, you can tell us.
No, there's another one. There's another one.
आज नदीम पे वीकेंड का वार हो रहा है. Very good, नदीम. Keep it up.
Peer pressure का weekend का वार. Okay, we have to show के peer pressure भी क्या होता है. ठीक है, Gayatri, thank you. So Nadeem, do you have any stories that you want to share?
जी, hello.
हाँ.
I felt peer pressure in high school. मैं जब हाई स्कूल में था तो मेरे एक टीचर थे, मैथ टीचर. तो वो लोगों को मतलब जो बच्चे थे क्लास के, तो उन सबको ऐसे मतलब बोलते थे कि उनसे ट्यूशन लगाएं. मतलब वो उनको मारते थे, पीटते थे. मतलब जिन्होंने उनसे ट्यूशन लगा रखा है उनको कुछ नहीं कहते थे वो, और जिन्होंने उनसे ट्यूशन नहीं लगाया वो उनको मतलब अलग से टॉर्चर करते थे. उनको एक्स्ट्रा क्लासेस के लिए रोकते थे. ठीक है. और उसके बाद फिर मुझे उन्होंने पकड़ा. मैंने उनसे ट्यूशन नहीं लगाया था, तो मुझे कभी भी बीच में क्लास में चलते हुए खड़ा कर देते थे कि इसका फॉर्मूला बताओ, और ये सवाल जो है इसको तुम इसको सॉल्व करके दो. बोर्ड पे बुला लेते थे, तो मैं मैथ में इतना अच्छा नहीं था. तो उसके बाद मेरे पे नहीं हो पाता था तो क्वेश्चन, तो उसके बाद मुझे बोलते थे कि आप अपने हाथ बोर्ड पे लगाओ, और पीछे स्टिक से मारते थे मुझे. तो मतलब वो मेरे, हाँ, उन्होंने मुझे लाइक जो मुर्गा बनाते वो तक उन्होंने किया है. तो एक मेरी क्लास टीचर थी, हिंदी क्लास टीचर थी, तो उन्होंने मुझे देख लिया कि मैं मुर्गा बना हुआ हूँ क्लास में, तो उनको बहुत बुरा लगा. उनका मैं फेवरेट था स्टूडेंट, क्योंकि मैं हिंदी में बहुत अच्छा था और मेरी राइटिंग बहुत अच्छी थी. तो उनको बहुत बुरा लगा कि आपने इसको ऐसे क्यों किया है. तो वो बोले कि इसको ये नहीं पता, वो नहीं पता, इसने ये क्वेश्चन नहीं किया, मैंने बुलाया. तो इसका मतलब ये थोड़ी ना है कि आप इनको ऐसे मुर्गा बना के तुम मारोगे, पीटोगे. मैं ये बर्दाश्त नहीं करूंगी कि आप मेरे क्लास के बच्चे हैं उनको ऐसे तुम ट्रीट करो. ठीक है, उनको प्यार से समझाओ. तो बोला ओके. तो मतलब इतना ज्यादा प्रेशर मेरे दिमाग में आ गया था कि मैं रातों को रोता था। लाइक मैं घर पे मैंने कभी नहीं बताया, क्योंकि वो रोज वही चलता था। क्योंकि मुझे, लेकिन मैंने भी ये ठान लिया था कि मुझे ट्यूशन नहीं लगाना उससे, मैं ट्यूशन लगाऊंगा ही नहीं, चाहे वो मुझे मारे पीटे कुछ भी करे। और छुट्टी हम कर नहीं सकते थे। छुट्टी अगर हमने 3 दिन की छुट्टी लगातार कर ली तो हमारा नाम काट दिया जाता था स्कूल से। तो फिर उन्होंने फिर एक्स्ट्रा क्लासेस लगाई। तो उसमें 8 पीरियड होते थे, वो सब खत्म होने के बाद आफ्टर छुट्टी तो वो उन्हें रोका जाता था मुझे, और उसमें 4-5 बच्चे और थे। तो उनको अलग से पढ़ाता तो वो कुछ नहीं थे वो, और अलग से मतलब कि अभी ये करो, ये याद करो, वो याद करो। मतलब उन्होंने बहुत ज्यादा मुझे टॉर्चर किया। वो जो हाई स्कूल था मेरे लिए, मैं उसको अच्छे से मतलब मैंने पास किया, बट मैं इतने अच्छे से नहीं कर पाया क्योंकि मेरा अलग ही माइंड चला गया था। मैं एकदम डिप्रेशन का शिकार हो गया था, मैं डिप्रेस हो गया था। मैं घर पे भी नहीं कुछ खाता था, नहीं पीता था। मतलब मम्मा थी मेरी, वो बोलती थी कि तुझे क्या हो गया है, बता तू, मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो। लेकिन मैं नहीं बताता था, मैं हूँ ऐसा। मेरे साथ बहुत सारी चीजें हुई हैं जो मैं कभी घर पे शेयर नहीं करता हूँ। मैं अकेला ही अंदर घुटता हूँ, कभी फ्रेंड्स से भी शेयर नहीं करता हूँ। जितनी बातें मैंने अगर शेयर की हैं किसी से, तो वो ऑनलाइन फ्रेंड से ही शेयर की हैं। मैंने कभी अपने जो मेरे लोकल फ्रेंड हैं यहाँ के, उनसे भी मैं कुछ भी शेयर नहीं करता हूँ। तो
क्या
यही
ये
था।
भी एक तरह का पेयर प्रेशर है कि आपको एक जैसे एक अपने आप को एक पर्सनालिटी दिखानी पड़ती है कि मैं ऐसा हूं वैसा हूं, और अपनी असलियत ना दिखाना, वो भी एक पेयर प्रेशर में ही आता है आई थिंक। कि क्योंकि आप अपनी अपनी फ्रेंड्स को अपनी जो दिल की बात नहीं कर सकते, इसका मतलब है आप अपना एक बनावटा मखौटा बनाए रखे हैं। जिस तरीके से आप जाके उनके साथ बातचीत करते हो, वो एक हकीकत उसमें नहीं है, क्योंकि आपको पता है कि वो एक्सेप्टिंग शायद उसमें नहीं होंगे। तो वो भी एक
नहीं होंगे।
पेयर प्रेशर ही है जो हमारे एवरीडे लाइफ में है। तो मतलब बहुत सारे, जैसे अभी कोई भी टीनेजर्स ये देख रहे होंगे, क्योंकि ये पेयर प्रेशर के ऊपर है, क्योंकि ज्यादातर आई फील के पेयर प्रेशर जब बात होती है तो ज्यादातर बात करते हैं लोग टीनेजर्स के बारे में, हाई स्कूल के बारे में, स्कूल के बारे में, पर उनको ये नहीं बताया जाता कि ये चीज अगर आप उसको फेस ऑन ना करो, उसको ऊपर उसको बंद ना करो ना जड़ से, तो वो फिर से आता रहेगा आपकी लाइफ में, वर्क लाइफ में, फ्रेंड्स लाइफ में, मैरिड लाइफ में भी। So I think it's really important to talk about that and go, guys, peer pressure needs to be stopped as soon as it starts. And अगर आपके पास, जब आप टीनेजर हो, आपके पास वो हथियार नहीं है पर्सनालिटी के, ताकि आप उनको लोगों के साथ लड़ सको, पर जब आप थोड़े थोड़े समझदार हो जाते हो, तो आपको वो हथियार अपने लिए बनाने चाहिए, ताकि आप एक जो पर्सनल फाइट है उसको फाइट कर सको. So I'm thank you Nadeem for sharing that, and I'm so glad you did. I have to move on to Malik now. Hi Malik, come back
Hi
to
Andy,
me.
how are you? How's everyone?
I'm very good. I'm very good, and I'm just very aware कि ये 1 घंटे का शो हमेशा 2 घंटे ही खींचता है, तो मैं आज इसको 90 मिनट्स में खत्म करूंगा. मैं बस बता आज मेरा पेयर प्रेशर ये है, ये मेरा पेयर प्रेशर है कि ये तुम लंबे शो क्यों करते हो, इतने लंबे,
People keep
इतने
on joining, then you
लंबे.
have to entertain them.
तो गायत्री और
No, it's
मौलिक
not.
5-5 मिनट ले लो अब और खत्म करो.
Sure. So basically usually जैसे boys हम सबकी लाइफ में जो सबसे बड़ा peer pressure होता है, it's really about like Dipansh mentioned earlier about like having good times, smoking, drinking, having this kind of a fun. But बचपन से मेरे back of the mind मेरे दिमाग में था कि this stuff is good for socializing and stuff, but if you go overboard in this, it will like mess you up in your whole life. So I never I think I had a gift of not caring about like peer pressure and stuff throughout my life. I had a very close group of friends from my school. Like they were extremely close to me. We grew up together. So as we grew up, everybody grows up. They go out and they mingle and they socialize. So they started drinking and smoking, and I have never ever smoked a complete cigarette in my life ever. So they started smoking and drinking, but I was not very very much into it. I used to go and hang out, like Dipansh mentioned, like a passive smoker, or a like a passive hookah smoker or a joint smoker or whatever. But like there was a time when like my friendship drifted away from them because I was not very keen to go and do all of that stuff. they never told me to not come or not join them or not hang out with them, but I was like कि मैं जाके क्या करूँगा वहाँ पे, मैंने कुछ करना तो है नहीं, then फिर वही बदनाम होता है कि ये सारा चकना खा जाता है and whatever what not. So but मैं कभी भी
I love this. ये सारा चकना खा जाता है, ये दीपांश के ऊपर ये स्टोरी सूट करेगी. आई एम श्योर कि ये भी चकना खा के जाना पूरा.
Okay, bye guys. It was fun having you here. I'm going.
नहीं दीपांश कहाँ जा रहे हो कमीने? तू जा रहा है?
Okay, I'm going. Okay, now if you're insisting, I'll stay.
You better. We're listening to Malik. Yeah.
Back to Malik.
Can you stop?
Yeah.
Can you stop making it about yourself, Dipansh, please?
Okay,
The peer
okay.
pressure of it.
But this is the thing which is like constant everywhere, like having fun or drinking and going and smoking and doing whatever. So it made me like a kind of a person who I have a lot of friends, but most of the people are, you know, into these kind of things. So I really kind of try to avoid to hang out with them because I don't want to be a buzzkill like Dipansh mentioned previously. I have a tight group of friends, like 2-3 friends, which are like me only. We go for like long drives and watch movies and eat good food and all of that stuff. And we don't indulge into all of that stuff a lot. But so this is a gift for me that I never really cared about peer pressure. So if you want to be my friend, you will be my friend. You won't, you know, force me to do something or something. Like there was once there was a friend, he was forcing me to like have a just a smoke a joint once, but I told him like I don't want to do it, man. And he was like, okay, fine, dude, just sit, man, no problem. We will not force you. We'll never force you. And same goes for one thing which might sound stupid to some people. I am not a very avid non-veg eater. Like I can eat it if it's available and there's no other option. I'll have it, no problem. Like if I'm in a conference or I have gone somewhere for work, I'll have it. But I will not, like if I have option, I'll never go for a non-veg dish. This is my like personal preference. But my friends used to go and eat, like whenever I go to parties, I always try to, you know, find something which is like suitable for me is in vegetarian domain and whatever. So that also made me, you know, like I live in Delhi. People used to plan to go to Jama Masjid and all of that stuff, and I was like, what will I do? And go there, and what will I eat? So it is something which was from in the back of my mind since I was little. I really didn't care about that, and it really didn't matter in our friendship because they were like, okay, fine, if you don't want to come, don't want to come. Next time we'll eat something veg, or next time we won't go to some smokehouse, or we will not do any kind of party or kind of that stuff. So in one way, peer pressure was very helpful for me. Was like I was extremely overweight. I was like 106 kgs in my 12th grade. So when I joined college, there were like bunch of friends, and at least 4 friends in my group. They were hardcore gymmers. They were extremely hardcore gymmers, and they used to lift and they had muscles and whatnot. So that motivated me to join the gym and like lose a lot of weight. That kind of peer pressure was really good for me.
That is a classic example of maybe. I'm not saying that everyone will feel this way. Maybe कि वो एक classic example है positive peer pressure में, क्योंकि आप 4 जन के साथ संगत रख रहे थे, तो वो असर आप पे पड़ा, आपको भी लगा कि मुझे भी वो करना है. क्या उन्होंने कभी आपको बोला कि आप मोटे हो इसलिए आपको करना चाहिए, या फिर आपने खुद डिसाइड किया उनको देख के?
No, they used to like motivate me. One friend used to tell me like random shit. He doesn't know jack shit also. He used to tell me like just rub some whatever iodex or something on your body and wear a jacket in summers and run and you'll sweat it out all the fat. He was stupid as shit, but basically he was just trying to help me out. Whatever he knew. So
what is this trick? I want to try this trick. Yeah, iodex.
It doesn't work. It's all bull crack. It doesn't work. One thing I can relate with Nadeem also. He mentioned about like joining a tuition or some stuff. Like so, when I completed my college back in 2015, I joined a job that's just like that for 8 and 9 months. Then I thought that I should do an MBA because everybody's doing an MBA around me. And there was one of my friend. He was like, the college from which I am is not a very great college or good college, but that person was very hardworking, and he, like cleared the CAT with a very good percentile and got into a very great college, got a great package and whatnot. So I thought that I'll do that. So I know the institute that I joined. There's a place in Delhi called Connaught Place. There's like a lot of institutes there. So I remember that I asked my father, I want to do an MBA, I want to leave my job and whatever. So I left my job, but they advise you don't to leave your job and just study along with your job. So I asked my father to pay the fee. So he gave the half of the fee, 30,000 rupees, in the to the institute. I went there for like 1.5 month, 2 months. Then I started finding a new job like a dog because I knew that I can't do this, man. This is not for me. And I wasted that 30,000 rupees, and I have earned a lot since that. It's like 5-6 years ago, but that 30,000 rupees still bugs me that was waste of money. I could have like done whatever with that money. So that is a classic example of peer pressure for me. That is that is the only thing which I thought that I have done because because I got a pressure from my peers because everybody was doing it. Otherwise, throughout my life, I didn't really felt any peer pressure because it was like very chill. I didn't used to mind like whatever somebody is doing. I'm like fine with me or doing my thing and doing whatever I want to do. Even if I go to parties, I can't dance on like Indian music or Bollywood music. I just can't move my body to that. And clubs just play like Diljit and whatever because I am a hardcore hip hop fan and I am very into that. So I go to clubs and I really don't. I was not able to enjoy like that kind of a surrounding. And my friends, like, they were so supportive. They used to just, if it's a house party or something, they used to just ask me for like 5-6 songs that do you like. They just go ask the DJ or like put the USB and just play those songs for me. So I have been very lucky in that, like, because it's a very small thing. It's like very minuscule. Like if you're a party, then you're like such a choosy person. Kya hai bhai, do gaane alag se is pe naach le. But they were so supportive kind of a group that they knew that like it's a small thing. It's a very small. It's not a very big thing. And dancing to a song that you don't like can also be counted in like peer pressure, but on a very small scale, extremely small scale. So,
but it starts in these small bits only. It's all the small bits that add to it.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm just introducing someone else. I have to introduce someone else right now. We have Shai here. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello, welcome back. So tell me, any story that I need to know about your peer pressure that you might have felt in your life? अगर ऐसा कुछ हुआ है आपके साथ तो आप share करना चाहेंगे तो please share.
There are many, but is there something called as sibling pressure? Like my brother, he was like,
that's still peer pressure. That's a sibling rivalry there.
No, it's not rivalry. We are like best of friends since childhood. But the only problem is like he was quite popular in school. Like he was like 6 years older to me. He was always good in studies. He was always good in sports, and he was the head boy in school. So I was always pitched against him, like by teachers, by other students. Like, तुम्हारा भाई ऐसा है, तो I cannot be mischievous. I have to do good in studies. Whereas like मेरे को sports उतना पसंद नहीं था. पढ़ाई like math numbers मुझे वो तारे ज़मीं पर के दर्शिल सफारी जैसे होता है. Like when I see numbers, it used to appear like some animals and characters. So
basically you have black sheep syndrome. Basically आपका जो भाई था वो तो मतलब चमकता तारा था स्कूल में और फिर आप आए और वो जो उनके ऊपर जो इतना सारा उन्होंने वहां पे काम करके गए थे, जो उनकी आंखों में लगता था कि ये वाव है, ये अमेजिंग है, और फिर जो आप करते थे उसका कंपैरिजन वो बार-बार लेके आते थे और उस वजह से आप थोड़ा पीयर प्रेशर फील करते थे
I had to like
कि मुझे भी अपने भाई के जितना अच्छा करना पड़ेगा, जिस तरीके से वो चाहते हैं उस तरीके से. मैं एक इंडिविजुअल नहीं हूं, मैं अपने भाई का भाई हूं.
Right. Like even teachers, like like उसको सिखाने के बाद ही मेरे पास like we had the same teachers like when we are growing, right? So they used to say, your brother used to do these things so well. How come you don't do it? Like they never differentiate. वो differentiation नहीं होता कि he is a different character or a personality of himself, and I am totally different. I might be good in something else. He might be very good in so many other things. लेकिन वो हो जाता है like comparison, and then you have to live up to it. Like oh okay, so yeah, I'm also equal. I have to be there. So jabardasti I have to get into sports. Jabardasti I had to do things which I didn't want to do just to prove that I'm equally as good as my brother and stuff like that. But yeah, like
well, did it and what do you feel about it now?
Now I think I was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. Like, I have my own personality and I have my own strengths. I should have built upon that rather than trying to, like, take up extra pressure of trying to be something I was not. Or it's not right. I think it's not right. I don't
Okay, let's go to Gayatri. Gayatri, you want to say something?
Yeah, so actually मेरे मुंह की बात छीन ली आपने. So what happened was I have two younger brothers. So let me tell you, मैं हिंदी में ही बोलती हूँ. मैंने बहुत सारे कमेंट्स पढ़े हैं, हिंदी में बात करो. तो मुझे लगता है कि पीयर प्रेशर के 2 रीजंस होते हैं. एक तो है स्टीरियोटाइप्स जो हम लोगों ने बनाए हुए हैं सोसाइटी में कि दिस इज परफेक्शन, ये होना चाहिए, ये आइडियल मैन होता है, ये आइडियल स्टूडेंट होता है, ये आइडियल बेटा होता है, बहू होती है, दुल्हन होती है, व्हाटएवर एक्स वाई जेड. दूसरा है कंपेयर करना. 2 लोग आपके पास हमेशा होते हैं. तो जब हम बचपन में सुनते हैं ना, शर्मा जी का बेटा ये करके आया है, इसके नंबर इतने आए हैं, तेरे क्यों नहीं आए हैं? तो वो शर्मा जी का बेटा और शर्मा जी मुझे आज तक तो नहीं दिखे हैं. हमारे यहाँ पिंकी की मम्मी होती थी और पिंकी से मेरा कंपैरिजन होता था. तो आई डोंट नो वेयर पिंकी इज टुडे, बट या ओके फाइन. तो पिंकी की मम्मी ने ये किया है, पिंकी की मम्मी के घर से ये हो रहा है, वो हो रहा है. तो मैं अपने पेरेंट्स को नहीं ब्लेम करूंगी. आई थिंक ये सोसाइटी के स्टीरियोटाइप्स हैं कि अगर मैं इंस्टाग्राम पे देख रही हूँ कि पेट अंदर है और वो सेक्सी लग रही है, तो वही सेक्सी है. मुझे वैसा दिखना है, वो मेरा पीयर प्रेशर है. सो बिकॉज माय ब्रदर्स वर यंगर, वो बहुत छोटे, मुझसे बहुत 2-2 साल छोटे हैं, 2 और द यंगेस्ट वन इज 4 इयर्स यंगर. तो वो बहुत अच्छे थे पढ़ाई में और मैं एक एवरेज स्टूडेंट थी. मुझ पे प्रेशर आया साइंस लेने का. मुझे दूर-दूर से साइंस में कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं था. मुझे लगता था कि सिर्फ बायो पढ़कर डॉक्टर बन सकते हैं. बहुत देर में ये पता चला कि भाई बहुत कुछ पढ़ना पड़ता है डॉक्टर बनने के लिए. यू नीड नंबर्स. तो मुझे लगता था यार मैथ्स में ये एबीसीडी क्यों डाल देते हैं, मतलब व्हाई, ये क्या हो रहा है, एबीसीडी इंग्लिश में रहता है. तो मेरे को नंबर्स के साथ बहुत प्रॉब्लम है. आई एम अ ह्यूज आई रियली गेट डिसअपॉइंटेड सीइंग नंबर्स. तो मुझे साइंस नहीं लेनी थी. मुझे बकायदा काउंसलिंग दी गई स्कूल में कि ये दीपक और ललित की बहन है, इसको साइंस लेनी चाहिए, ये बाकी चीजों में इतनी अच्छी है. मुझे जबरदस्ती साइंस दी गई स्कूल में. 10th के एग्जाम के बाद
वाओ.
रिजल्ट नहीं आता है, 1-2 मंथ्स तक रिजल्ट नहीं आता है, स्कूल खुल जाते हैं. मुझे साइंस दी गई. 1 महीने तक मैंने साइंस पढ़ी है. आई ब्रोक डाउन इन द स्कूल, आई क्राइड एंड देन दे टुक मी बैक टू द काउंसलर और उन्होंने मुझे कॉमर्स विद मैथ्स देना चाहिए. मैंने हाथ जोड़ दिए, मुझे मैथ्स मत दो, मैं फेल हो जाऊंगी, मुझे कंप्यूटर्स दे दो. तो इस तरह से मैं कॉमर्स विद कंप्यूटर्स मुझे मिली. मेरे पास आज भी वो लैब कोट पड़ा हुआ है, वो डाइसेक्शन बॉक्स पड़ा हुआ है स्कूल का कि मेरे पास साइंस थी.
सेम चीज मेरे साथ हुई है, लेकिन मैं रोया तो कोई सुना नहीं और मेरे को साइंस ही करनी पड़ी 2 साल.
तो मैं इसीलिए रोई क्योंकि दे वर अवेयर अबाउट माय पोटेंशियल कि आई कुड डू बेटर, बट नॉट विद साइंस. साइंस मेरा
या
नहीं है, मुझसे नहीं होगा. तो ये एक ऐसी चीज थी जो मुझे धीरे धीरे रियलाइज हुई कि आई हैव टू फाइट. सो अभी जो हम मजाक कर रहे थे, तो बहुत सारे लोगों ने यहाँ डिस्कस किया कि दारू पीना कूल लगता है, लोगों को सिगरेट स्मोक करना कूल लगता है. मैंने कभी नहीं किया, ना ही मैं उन लोगों को जज करती हूँ जो करते हैं. मुझे नहीं करना है. मुझे अगर जीओटी नहीं देखना है तो मुझे नहीं देखना है. आप फोर्स करो, जो भी करो. अब मजाक में मुझे मेरे फ्रेंड्स ले जाते हैं पार्टीज में. आई ऑल्सो डोंट ईट नॉन वेज. वो मुझे बोलते हैं ये हमारी उबर हेल्प है. तो अगर उनसे फोन नहीं हैंडल हो रहा है तो मैं लोगों के लिए उबर बुक करती हूँ. आई हैव रियली वेंट, यू नो, मैं एक कोने में रहती हूँ दिल्ली के, मैं लोगों को दूसरे कोने तक छोड़ने गई हूँ. आई हैव डन दैट फॉर पीपल. लेकिन उसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि मैं उस ग्रुप में इसीलिए इम्पोर्टेंस रखूं कि मैं दारू पीऊं या सिगरेट पीऊं. मेरी अपनी जगह है मेरे फ्रेंड्स के ग्रुप में. तो वो कंपैरिजन और स्टीरियोटाइप्स मुझे लगता है हमने अपने दिमाग में बनाए हैं. हम वी आर ऑल टू ब्लेम एक्चुअली. वो जो हमारे पर प्रेशर है कि हमें ये आइडियल दिखता है, कुछ हमें वैसा ही होना है. आई थिंक दैट्स द रीजन.
With that point, I think we should call this a day because otherwise we're going to be here forever. But what we can do is we can continue talking, but we have to say goodbye to everyone in the audience. The audience, thank you.
I just
Andy,
want to
who's
add
talking?
just one.
Who's talking? I can't see
Abhinav,
who's
Abhinav,
talking. Oh, hi,
Abhinav.
Abhinav. Yes. Okay, go.
मैं सब एक लास्ट पॉइंट यहाँ पे बोलूंगा, लिसनिंग टू ऑल योर स्टोरीज आई थिंक कि मेन फाइट हमारी बाहर की जो वर्ल्ड है, आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड से नहीं है, मेन फाइट इज विद अवर पेरेंट्स। बिकॉज अगर आपके पेरेंट्स ने अगर आपको एक्सेप्ट कर लिया ना, तो आपको दुनिया की फिक्र करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज पेरेंट्स ऑल्सो हैव एन पीयर प्रेशर ऑफ हैविंग परफेक्ट किड्स। आई जस्ट सेड वन ऑफ द कमेंट्स है। सो परफेक्ट किड्स उनको चाहिए, अगर वो आपको एक्सेप्ट कर लेंगे, आई डोंट थिंक आपको आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड की सोचने की जरूरत है। दैट्स इट, थैंक यू सो मच।
I think Preet is there. Well, Preet, I have to shut the show now, but I'm sorry कि I haven't let you speak today. I didn't mean that to happen. I think काफी बार आपका connection off हो गया था, फिर आप वापस आई, but I have to shut the show now. It's 1.5 hours. I have to go, unfortunately. So let's continue this after party. But guys, जो यहाँ पे अभी इस वक्त देख रहे हैं, I hope आपने कुछ यहाँ पे सीखा है इनके एक्सपीरियंसेस से, आपने कुछ समझा है कि आप भी अपने लाइफ में ये कैसे कैसे अलग अलग सिचुएशंस में आप भी पेयर प्रेशर को अगर सामना कर सकते हैं, एंड यू कैन गेट ओवर इट एंड डू and stop it where it is. And if you see peer pressure happening with someone else, that you can be part of the positive peer pressure group. I hope this helps everyone out there. Take care of yourselves. And remember, Rubina Dulek aa rahi hai. aa rahi hai. aa rahi hai.
Finally.
Monday, 8 तारीख 9 बजे प्राइम टाइम स्पॉट.
Prime time.
Prime time. So yeah, you guys, so look forward to that. And कल हम आ रहे हैं एक special guest के साथ, श्रेयस आ रहे हैं, and he wants to talk about what it's like to be a person with different abilities. यानी कि I think हिंदुस्तान में ज़्यादा disabled word इस्तेमाल करा जाता है. जो disabled लोग हैं, उनका perspective क्या है हिंदुस्तान में, society में रहने का, उठना बैठना. I think I wanted to talk about it. It's a very thing that's close to my heart. As I said before, कि मेरी भी sister है mentally physically disabled है, तो मैंने ये बचपन से ये देखा है. वो मेरे से 5 साल बड़ी है, तो I have lived with her all my life, so I 100% understand, and I'm very glad कि श्रेयस मेरे साथ होगा, and we can talk to him directly कि उनको कैसे फील होता है जब हम अपनी क्यूरियोसिटी के लिए उनको घूरते हैं, उनको समझ नहीं पाते, या फिर उनको uncomfortable feel कराते हैं. I hope you guys can come tomorrow and meet us and be with us and ask your questions, and of course I will invite more people to talk to Shreyas about his experiences. But till now, subscribe, like and comment, and namaste.
Do subscribe.
आप जा सकते हैं.